Hey everyone, Ben here. I hope you enjoyed today's video. If you do enjoy today's video, don't forget to hit the subscribe button because we're trying to grow on the platform, and turn on the notification bell to be notified of all uploads and live streams. And if you did like today's video, then don't forget to hit a like down below because it helps other people to find our videos. And don't forget to comment down below on any suggestions for content that you have, or comment about today's content. Let me know what you thought. Let's get into the video. Alright, so on today's Steel Path Viable build, I'm actually using a really well-known weapon called Paris Prime. So of course, Paris Prime is the primed version of Paris, the bow, and this bow is actually surprisingly good on the Steel Path, providing you have the right build for it. It's also one of the more underrated bows nowadays because of other bows being, you know, a lot stronger, like Kuva Brahma or Nataruk, even Dread. Dread is stronger naturally, but this weapon has a few quirks to it that make it really good for the Steel Path. For example, it's insanely high critical chance right out the gate. It will always get crits with my build, and those crits are what actually make it super viable for the Steel Path. But let's jump into the build. So we're running Galvanized Chamber for 80% multi-shot and on-kill, plus 30% multi-shot for 20 seconds, stacks up to 5 times. We're running Critical Delay for 200% critical chance, negative 20% fire rate times 2 for bows. So you do lose a bit of your fire rate, but it's not really a problem. Infected Clip for 90% toxin. Galvanized Scope on headshot, plus 120% critical chance when aiming for 12 seconds, on headshot kill, plus 40% critical chance when aiming for 12 seconds, stacks up to 5 times. Hunter Munitions for plus 30% chance to apply slash procs on critical, which is insanely needed for this weapon. Vital Sense for 120% critical damage, Cryo Rounds for 90% cold, and Speed Trigger for 60% fire rate times 2 for bows. So we actually get a bit higher fire rate because this will take like negative 40%, and this adds times 120%. So if you take away that 40 from that, we go 80% plus on our charge fire, which is great. My Exilus mod slot is empty, although you can easily fill it with either Basage Ball, which allows you to restore 300 health for every 3 status effects, or Vigilante Supplies to try and increase the chance to get enhanced crits from weapons. Either one would be good. Terminal Velocity would also be a decent one as well for projectile speed, but I digress. So this weapon itself, oh yeah, we're also running Primary Deadhead in the in the Arcane slot, rank 5 on Precision Headshot Kill, plus 120% damage for 24 seconds, stacks up to 3 times, plus 30% to Headshot Multiplier, negative 50% Weapon Recoil. So the reason why we're running Deadhead and not Merciless is 1, because this gets the same kind of damage, and 2, it's a lot easier to proc than it is for Merciless on this weapon. You'll understand why. But the weapon itself, we're running 135% critical chance. Now, for those wondering why we're going way above 100%, it's quite simple. With criticals in Warframe, the higher the critical chance, the higher chance it is to proc the better crits. So you've got 3 kinds of criticals. You've got yellow crits, which are your standard crits. You've got orange crits, which are better, and then red crits, which are insane damage. The higher your critical chance, the higher chance you have to proc those higher crits, allowing you to do way more damage. The critical multiplier is also up to 4.4 times. We're not really running status on this weapon, but we are running viral, I guess. Again, just for a bit of extra slash to go along with the actual slash this weapon does, and to hit and to proc with Hunter Munitions as well, because all of that adds up to slash damage, which is going to slash away at the health. And then of course Charge Shot. Charge Shot doesn't really change all that much, except the raw damage that the weapon does. So, but overall, this build is actually really strong, and you'll see when we get into the mission. But let me know in the comments down below what your personal experience is with Paris Prime. I'd love to know. This was my first ever bow in this game, way back when like stuff wasn't as mastery locked. Because back in the day, this was like a mastery 4 weapon, but then they upped it to mastery 8. So you do have to be a higher mastery rank nowadays to use it. But I digress. Let me know also what you think of the build. Let's jump into the mission. Alright, just used an energy restore to give myself some energy quickly. We are on Oxymoko in the Void, and I'll quickly explain, as I always do, why we're here. There's a couple of reasons. 1, because we deal with every kind of enemy here. Enemies with health, shields and health, and high armor. We're also dealing with, because this is the Void, this is pretty much endgame for the game. So because of that, these are some of the higher level enemies on the Steel Path, not to mention Corrupted are some of the most defensive. I'm also using my Revenant Prime build, because why not? Revenant Prime is awesome. But with this weapon, you are going to want to aim for those headshots, because with headshots, you're able to go ahead and proc... Oh, that red crit. You're able to proc off Primary Deadhead, not to mention Galvanized Shot, which is also going to increase your critical chance tenfold. And as you can see, this weapon is pretty strong. Like, it does work. I was afraid when, you know, Steel Path first became a thing, because, like, weapons like this, single-shot weapons get overlooked so much. And don't get me wrong, I understand that single-shot weapons, you know, aren't popular nowadays because it's all about AoE and dealing as much damage as possible, you know, but sometimes when I'm just chilling on my own, I just want to take a weapon that I don't normally take anymore. Paris Prime fits that perfectly. I don't use Paris Prime that much anymore, mainly because I didn't, well, one, because I didn't have a build on it, and two, because it's a single shot weapon, but it is one of the most satisfying weapons to use in the entire game. Like, I just find its shots so satisfying, especially when they added the glow trail. It looks so cool, like when you just snipe and stuff. But we're able to sit here and... Oh, no, not the sentry. I hate those things. We're just able to sit here and... What happened to you? Alright, I forgot it's Revenant's passive, isn't it? Any enemy that does damage gets knocked over. But I'm using my Revenant Prime for this because I normally use my Atlas as my tanky frame, but my Revenant build is decently tanky. Don't get me wrong, you know, Revenant can die a lot quicker than Atlas, but only if I'm not careful.
Stay focused. There's a heavy unit approaching.
But just keep getting headshots with this thing. The cool thing is, though, once you've procced those headshots, you don't actually have to proc many more until your primary deadhead starts to wear off. These units are the ones that have a... There we go. Takes a couple of shots to take out those kinds of units, unless you get high crit. Ooh la la. These crits are ridiculous. I gotta admit, new Eximus are annoying and really irritating to deal with this weapon. For those of you who haven't already figured this out, I do play on console. I do not play on PC. I am terrible at every single game ever created with a keyboard and mouse. I suck at them, trust me. You never want to see me play this with a keyboard and mouse. I guarantee it would be terrible. But we are going to sit until the Acolyte comes. If it takes too long for the Acolyte to spawn, I will create a cut in the video. Hopefully it doesn't take him too long. But this weapon actually does some work against the Acolyte. Don't get me wrong, there are weapons that definitely take out Acolytes a lot faster. But just because a weapon takes out the Acolyte slower doesn't necessarily make it a bad weapon. It's just, again, it's up to your preference, really, what you enjoy as a good weapon. Now, is Paris Prime a good weapon for the Steel Path? Hell yeah. Paris Prime is awesome. Like, it works. It does a lot of work. You know, a lot of these enemies are either one-shots or very easily two-shots. And with Hunter Munitions proccing as well, you can basically just go ham. As long as you're accurate enough to hit headshots every once in a while, you're pretty set, to be honest. Turn around. Come on. There we go. Now, for anyone wondering why I didn't use Ivara for this, because I did with my Vectis Prime build when I was going for a headshot build. The reason why is because I got a few comments on that video that then got deleted by the person who made them, that using a stealth frame is different than using just a normal frame, so I figured, screw it, let's go with Revenant, and this is not good, because the Acolyte is spawning in when I've got Eximus inbound. Oh my god. Ow. Okay, this is going to be a trial and a half, I think. Go away, Eximus. Leave me alone. Thank you. Who is it? It's Misery. Okay, hello, Misery. Now, Hunter Munitions is definitely going to proc, which means we can just sit here and snipe him until the cows come home. Oh, no. That's not good. Ouch. Ouch. There we go. And that takes care of the Acolyte. Now, in my book, if a weapon can take out an Acolyte, it's a pretty darn good weapon. But let me know in the comments down below what you think of the build. Don't forget to turn on the notifications, because I do stream here on YouTube every day or almost every day. It'd be great to see some of you in those streams. I stream pretty much anything. At the minute, I've got an Elden Ring playthrough going on, along with some other stuff, so don't forget to join in with those, and I will catch you guys in the next one. Hey everyone, thank you for watching today's video. Above is a preview of the previous upload, and if you want to see more content like this, don't forget to subscribe please, because we're trying to grow on the platform. Don't forget to turn on the notification bell to be notified of all uploads and live streams, and if you liked the video, why not leave it a like? It really does help other people to find my videos, and don't forget to comment down below on any content you want to see, or what you thought about this video specifically. Let me know, and I will see you guys in the next one.